From the start of 2022, the markets have been dead to boring, and the only movements that we have been seeing is to the downside for a lot of stocks, and of course for the wider market. Now February has been a mixed bag, still not looking too great, so again we're not seeing the best year so far. And whilst the markets are looking scared, whilst the markets are looking boring, first because of COVID, now because of the potential of a war, everybody is wondering what is going on. But the more important question that we're asking here is, how does this tie back in to our AMC and GME situation? I do think that there is something to think about right now, because whilst it's easy to forget about where we are with this stock because of the markets as a whole and the effects that the market crash could potentially have if we do see that, or if we see markets continue to drop lower, it's important to remind ourselves as time goes on as to where we are, as to where we've been, because we've been here for a very long time. We've been here for over a year right now, and most people do remember, but some can forget, and it's very important that we do not forget. It's also very important that we look at some new theories, some new ideas, and continue to educate ourselves. Now in this one I want to be talking about the potential price moves of AMC in the near future. Again, I don't want to give you guys time zones, so a lot of this stuff is just my personal opinion, but I do want to give you guys an idea of what I am personally looking for with AMC in the future, and why I think now we're in an even stronger position than we ever have been. Now, when we look at this one on the chart, okay, things are not looking too good. Over the 6 month and even over the year to date, and of course coming out to the 1 year, things are clearly looking worse from the June period onwards. However, I think it runs a bit deeper than that. Now 72, a lot of people think that was a price that we saw them push it to try and scare us out of this stock. Now clearly it didn't work, but a lot of people think that is part of the theory. So if that is the case, if we think about that and where we are now, what effect has it had? Not really. It's continued to make people hold. So again, what that's done is it's breeded an even stronger community of people, a group who's more and more aware, and a group who will not be tricked for moves of less than a certain amount, which is of course a positive for us. Now on top of that, let's have a look at the wider markets again, and again, we're not going to look at the chart, but we'll have a look at what is going on. So markets are crashing as a whole since the start of 2022. A lot of hedge funds will be taking losses, whether they are realised or not, and what that means is it puts that pressure on them. Now, when we think about the next run-up, we think about the last one. Now, the last one for me was not 72, it was a bit more recent than that. I'm going to say it was this up to about 20. Now at this point of 20, a lot of people got excited, nice round number, but nobody sold. And I think 20 was one of those levels where they thought, okay, the price has run up rapidly in 2 or 3 days, we're seeing the markets crash as a whole, and AMC holders are going to want to get out. But actually, that didn't happen. Yes, a lot of people could have walked away with 100% profits or more, because a lot of people got in at this range, at 10 or below. So yeah, a lot of people could have walked away with big profits, but they just didn't, because that's not what they're here for. They've seen higher than that in the past, and they're not going to get tricked out now. So, why don't they run the price up higher? Well, let's think about it, right? It is just a theory, and it is just my personal belief. Maybe I'm wrong, probably I am, but maybe the reason why they will not let this one run up is because they simply cannot afford it. If they were to let this one run up, it would cost a lot of money. Now, of course, it could be beneficial for them, i.e. run it up to 100 with the intention of taking a smaller loss than a bigger one if it runs on its own because of margin calls, so maybe that is a plan, but of course that does require quite a lot of capital, and it does require commitment to a loss, so maybe that is something which I am having difficulty with. Now, of course, that is just my idea, but it is something to think about, because when we think about the markets right now, they are not looking good. Some hedge funds will be short on assets, some will be long on others, and oftentimes, a lot of the things which a lot of people bet against, such as the climbing prices of gold, yes, a lot of people do see them as a safe place to hedge the markets, but some also do like to short those big upticks that we see in assets like gold. Whilst we're seeing that, a lot of hedge funds who are shorting assets like that could be taking big losses, and of course a lot of hedge funds who are long on other stocks, because a lot of the market is crashing, they are also going to be taking losses. So again, the gold and silver hedge, maybe some of them are long on it anyway, but let's face it, a lot of these deal in stocks only. And there is not really a corner in the market, a safe corner, a corner that hedge funds will want to touch, that is green right now. It's a lot of just the penny stocks and the likes of those. So when we think about that, when we think about all of these names which nobody could have predicted going up massively today and recently, and all of the names that everybody expected to do well this year, doing terribly, I do believe it is the case that a lot of hedge funds will be sat with losses on their hands. Now again, they don't necessarily have to report this loss, in my opinion, from what I know, and again, I am not an expert on this, but that will be because the loss is not realised. Because if the loss is not realised, they haven't really closed their position and taken that loss, but it is one way, again, to think about it. So again, this is all just my theory. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys agree, maybe you do not. Again, it's just what I believe. You don't have to agree, that's completely fine. But if you did enjoy the video, please do make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And again, if you can share it, please do. But for now, guys, goodbye. So I hope to see you in the next episode. So thank you for watching through till the end. But let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen, you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously, it is split into multiple sections. Basically, at the top, we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs, and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well. And we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down, you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.